And this is what, day 2? We are live again, day 2. Everybody come on in and chime in. We've got a lot of successes to talk about today. Yet again, hey, how you doing? How you doing? We've got so many. I've got a list here of successes for today. I am so excited. Hey, Marcus, nice to see you. Hey, First Light, nice to see you. Hey, Danny girl, nice to see you. Chime in. What's your name? Where you chiming in from? Day 2 going live, so you know it's fire right now. Y'all know if I'm coming on here, I got something to say. I never come on here unless I have something to say. Tell me where you are from. What's your name? I have so much to share today. I'm really, really excited. Hey, Cornell, it's nice to see you. Champagne from Detroit in the house. So nice to see you. So listen, as everybody is chiming in, I hope you all are having an absolutely phenomenal day. We know that 22 million jobs were lost during COVID. How many people know that? 22 million jobs were lost during COVID. Hey, Melissa. Cornell is in Newport News. Marcus is in Columbus, Ohio. I love it. Y'all are on fire. Hey, Anissa. How you feeling today? 22 million jobs. That's all I'm going to talk about today. 22 million jobs were lost during COVID. Hey, Mark. How are you? Hey, Vonique. How are you? 22 million jobs were lost during COVID. 22 million. Oh, Shaquille, you stay right here because you are right. You are right live on the right call. You're live on the right call. 22 million jobs were lost during COVID. How many people here know someone who either lost their job or they got, or they quit or they got furloughed or what have you? How many people do you know were infected, affected by COVID? I know everybody here knows somebody who was affected. Hey, Taylor from South Carolina. Yeah, girl, another live, day 2. I'm on fire right now. I'm on fire because 22 million people or 22 million jobs were lost during COVID. And it's so interesting because, we think that there's nothing that we can do about it, but there's actually a lot of things that we can do about it. And one of the big things that I talk about on a consistent basis is showing people how to create impact through jobs, through placements. Hey, Latasha, Newport News, right? That's really, really, really important, right? This is something that we absolutely need in order to keep the economy going. Hey, Steve from Jersey. Okay. So 22 million jobs were lost during COVID, and now they're coming back. And I believe the world needs staffingpreneurs like you to come in and help put these jobs back into play. Hey, Stacy from Chandler, Arizona in the house, right? I really honestly feel like it's our responsibility as staffingpreneurs to help put people back to work. Hey, Christina. Okay. So I want to talk to you all about what has happened this week because it has been crazy this week. So y'all know yesterday I did this whole live. Okay, where Elsa, she talked about how she impacted 136 to 140 people's lives, placed them in jobs over the last 3 months. And she actually generated $1 million in billing over the last 3 months and netted half of that money. We heard that on yesterday. That was a huge success story. If you didn't get to hear Elsa talk about it, she talked about it on the live video yesterday. Go back and watch the replay. Okay. So then I'm going on like after yesterday and I'm having my class. And then one of my favorite people comes on my class yesterday. Hold on. I got notes here, y'all. I got real notes because it's a whole list of success stories that have happened even since yesterday. Okay. So I got on my class yesterday and I am talking to everybody in the Run It class because today is the setup class at 12 noon. But yesterday is my Run It class and I'm talking to everybody in the Run It class. And one of my staffingpreneurs comes in and he's like, I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, what? What do you gotta tell me? So I gotta tell you this. So first of all, I want to give a quick shout out to Shaquille because he has stuck it out through this training. Wait a minute. Every day I be BSing on my sound effects. I've got to get way better sound effects going for y'all if I'm going to make my lives popping the way I want to make them popping. Y'all know how I am, right? So Shaquille, let me give him some love. One second here. Let me give Shaquille some love. Let me see. Because Shaquille actually so amazing. He started out with me last year, at the end of last year, and he finished my setup course, and then he's now in my run it course. He started with a group of very professional staffingpreneurs, people who we all thought collectively would be in this thing and doing their thing, right? So they were all connected. They were talking, this particular group. And slowly but surely since November, I would say, the group that he started with started falling off, right? So they weren't his partners, but they were people who started the setup class at the same time he started. They started falling off, right? For whatever reason, right? They started leaving the group. They started falling off. They weren't able to actually execute beyond, in my opinion, beyond where they were. And I watched Shaquille because as everybody else dropped out, he stayed in. And not only did he stay in, he showed up every week for his call. He asked the right questions. He did all of those things. And yesterday he came on my call. Where are my applause? Because I'm getting ready to get fired up. Yesterday he came on my call and he actually landed his first meeting with a client. Go Shaquille! That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Listen, that is a big deal. That is a huge deal. Yes. Now, you all know that it is sometimes a little heart-wrenching and scary to reach out to clients. Y'all know how you might feel when you're ready to reach out to clients. And I'm going to tell you, I told you all this in the 2 lives ago. There are people who have the idea and they come into this community or any business and they say, I've got an idea, but they never launch it. Then you got people who have the idea and they launch it or they set it up, but they never actually execute it for it to generate revenue. Then you've got people who have the idea, they launch it, they set it up, they go live, and then they generate revenue, right? And then you have people who stay there, who never go any further, who never scale. And then you've got people who have the idea, who set it up, who executes it, and then scales it. And Shaquille has shown that he not only has the ability to create an idea, and not only does he have the ability to create an idea to set that idea up to launch, but he has the ability to create an idea, set the idea up, launch it, and land his first client meeting. Shaquille, awesome. Way to go, Shaquille. Talking about fighting your fears. Woo! Yes. Talk about fighting your fears. Everybody know here, y'all have fears about specific things. He fought his and he fought through it. Shaquille is live with us today. So if you want to chime in, Shaquille, and say anything, he's on LinkedIn. But we were more than happy, love to hear from you. Love you, Shaquille. And you can also call in if you want and you want to talk to us live. You can do that as well. I just turned my ringer on for you. Okay, I've got another live, another announcement. So hold on one second. I'm going to share this announcement for some of the people here who can see me live. My IG, I'm on IG live too, y'all. Y'all might not be able to see this in particular, but I want to share, we got another announcement this morning, and was I fired up when I saw this announcement. Hold on, let me share my screen here. I want y'all to literally stand proud, stand strong for this young lady. She's on Facebook now. She don't even know I'm about to call her out, but I am so proud of her for what she has done. Y'all, I want y'all to give it up for my girl. Hold on. Let me put it up here. Shauna Busby. She just joined the academy not long ago. She has officially landed her first contract yesterday. Go, Shauna! Yes! Yes! Shauna, that is what I'm talking about. Hey, Shauna getting it in over there. Yes, that's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, now listen, Shauna just came in my class the end of last year. Okay, she just did my setup the end of last year. She's in the Facebook group. She's in both the free Facebook group, I'm almost sure, and the paid one, right? So she is doing it. Go, Shauna. Give yourself some love, Shauna, because you're in here saying yay for Shaquille. Say yay for you too, Pooh. I'm so proud of you. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I want to give a shout out. I have a couple of more. Y'all got to be patient with me. So there's a young lady who started in my setup course. Okay, she started in my setup course, and she should be going into my run it course soon. However, she just had a baby. So this young lady was pregnant, taking my setup course, determining that she was going to launch her niche recruitment and staffing business. And not only did she just have a beautiful baby boy, my pudding pie, but she also landed her very first contract while pregnant. Serena. Give a shout out to Serena. Oh, we got to give Serena some more claps, some bigger claps. Yes, Serena. I should text her and tell her I'm calling her out, giving her love. Yes, Serena. Get it, Serena. I love it. I'm so fired up right now. Yes, talking about you live. Yes, Serena in the house. If you all are in that Facebook group, I want y'all to give Serena some love. It takes a lot to have a baby and to run a business, or to be pregnant while you're running a business and all of that. Serena, I'm so proud of her. And I got a chance to talk to her this morning very briefly. The baby is doing wonderful. She sent me pictures of the baby. He's beautiful. And I'm so happy that she didn't allow that to be an excuse to keep her from creating impact in her community and to actually doing something that she loves doing so freaking amazing, right? IG, is she not amazing? Hello, is she not amazing? Okay, I'm not done yet. I've got only a couple more minutes, but I'm not done yet. I don't know if I called this young lady out last time. I feel like in my sleep that I was thinking that I didn't, so I want to give her love. This young lady has been in my community for like 5 years. She has been working her business on the back end, just making sure that she lands that she landed, that she's done this business right and done it the right way. I just want to take a moment really quickly, and I want to give a quick shout out to Shauna Savage, who is one of my favorite staffingpreneurs, who has been with me for years upon years upon years. She just recently landed a contract. Let's give Shauna Savage some love. Go Shauna. Go Shauna. Go Shauna. Yes. How awesome is that? I think she's doing like admin and project managers. So major. Are you kidding? So major. Now, I want to show y'all, we've got another, oh my gosh, y'all. I talk about fire is coming out of my body today. Listen, y'all see I'm representing my Staffingpreneurs shirt, right? Because I'm getting it in. Okay. Okay. Look at this, y'all. I got to share this with y'all. We're about to give some love to another brand new staffingpreneur that is doing it. Dorica Banks landed her first meeting. Go, Dorica! Hey! Yes! This is what I'm talking about. Yes! I got this whole office on fire over here, y'all. Go, Dorica! Okay, y'all, I got this whole fire going. Everybody's going to come in here. They're going to be like, D, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. I just love seeing people succeed. It just gets me so fired up. Okay, I've got one more announcement, and then I promise I will let my energy subside for a little bit. So I know I have been telling you all that I have been working with a number of staffingpreneurs who have had an opportunity to work on a huge contract with the government to support the vaccination of everyone in the United States, or at least a portion of the United States. And I'm really so proud because we have three so far out of 10 out of that group who have actually been approved to go through with this. So they got their master service agreements yesterday or this morning. I am so proud of them. I just want to give a quick shout out very, very quickly with a massive amount of love. And I ask every one of you that are watching this live to pull your energy together. On IG, get them hearts going. On Facebook, get them hearts going. On YouTube, get them likes. On LinkedIn, get them likes. I want to give a huge freaking shout out to Latasha Harris, Lanice Levy, Environmental Differences, which is Jasmine, Jeff, and Joe for landing the big FEMA contract. Y'all do that ish. Yeah! Anyway, I got to get a better clap. Yes! Woo, 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 woo. That's right, staffingpreneurs. That's right. Get it, 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 get it. Yes. Yes, such a big deal. Such a big deal. All right. Okay, so those are my claps. Y'all know I appreciate y'all for letting me come on here and to just brag a little bit about all the excitement and all of the successes that we have going on within Staffingpreneurs Academy. Many of you have been watching me build this community since 2012. And sometimes when you're building something, it takes a little bit of time to gain momentum. And a lot of people don't understand that. One of my favorite rappers is Nipsey Hussle. And I love him because he understood that when you're building something of substance, it's not a race, it's a marathon. It's something that you're working on consistently every day. And you're okay with the trials and tribulations that come with building that, because if you're going to build anything of substance, there are going to be things that go wrong. It's always so exciting for me to meet people who say, I want to create impact. I want to create a legacy business. I want to start staffing. It gets frustrating when they don't actually execute. So I come on here to talk about the people who actually execute, because that is a big deal. That is a big deal. It's one thing to say something or to have an idea. It's another thing to actually execute and to actually create real impact. And so I challenge each and every one of you watching this, like, who are you? What are you doing? How are you giving impact back? How are you creating impact? What are you doing today to leave a legacy for yourself and your family, not just financially, but what type of mark are you leaving on this planet, on this earth when you're gone? And that's the question that I just want to just kind of keep in your thought process right now, because those are real questions. I love each and every one of you. If any of you who are not in my class, you have a desire to learn how to start your own niche recruitment and staffing business, I have the most comprehensive program on the entire market. You can go to staffingpreneursacademy.com. We have a 5-star rating on our coaching. And once you make that payment and get signed up, I am invested in you. right? Because I know you're serious about it. So I want y'all to think about it. I love y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing day. Class is every day. You can start whatever you want. Somebody said, when is next class? Next class is in 2 hours. The setup class is starts at 12 noon today Eastern. So so I have people who sometimes sign up right before the class so that they can get in there, right? But it's open for whenever, open 365 days a year. You can go in and join whenever you want. I will say you need some cash because you're competing, right? And things, payroll, data, a whole bunch of things cost money. So this is not one of those business opportunities where you come in with $500 and think you're going to create a multi-million-dollar business. You're going to need funds. But if you got some cash and you're ready to create some real impact and you're ready to create a business model that you can hand down to your children or your grandchildren or your great grands, this is definitely the business model that you want to tap into. I totally love each and every one of you. I'm so excited. Pat, if you're waiting to hear back from me, you've got to try a different method. Because I have 50 social channels, emails, phone calls. So if you're waiting to hear back from me, you got to try a different method. You got to call, you go to the website or go somewhere else, because I have no clue where you're reaching out to me at. But I love you. I love you. And I do promise to go live a little bit more. I like sharing my energy with each and every one of you. Oh, it's the setup course, Keisha. It's the setup course. Yep. And we start in an hour and a half, it looks like. And I'm really excited because a lot of things. So let me tell y'all real quick why I still got y'all here. So that setup course is so awesome. So it's 22 hours. So it only takes 2 days for you to watch the course. 2 days. That's it. And then most people watch the course and then they go back and then they start to implement each and everything in the course, right? But for this particular course, I actually have what's the word I'm looking for? A complimentary live call that happens. That's the one that happens today. It's a complimentary call. And then people come to this call and they talk about their execution strategies. These are my execution strategies. Lita, if you need more clients, then you need to go back to setup, because that means that you haven't flushed out your execution strategies. That's what I would think. I don't know. I got to learn a little bit more, Lita. But typically when people say they need more clients, that means their strategies aren't flushed out, right? So we go in, you can bring your strategies to the meeting. You can bring your niche overview worksheet to the meeting, which is where we flush our niche out. You can bring your website to the meeting, so I can do an audit of your website. You can bring your candidate journey, your client journey. So you can bring the things that you're building, after you watch the course and you're building things out and putting things together. You can actually bring them to that call every Tuesday and then get feedback to make sure that you're going in the right direction. So that's what makes the course really amazing, in my opinion, because it's like you're not doing it alone, even though it's a self-paced course. It's self-paced, but you're not doing it alone, right? Not only that, you get access to our private Facebook group. Now, listen, this group is 200 people registered for this setup course. We've had probably a quarter of those people graduate and either start their own, graduate and make money, or graduate and give up. Okay, so it's two types of people. You either graduate and make money, or you graduate and give up. Now, the people who give up, they say they're not giving up. They say they're putting it on hold, but we'll see. We'll see. But the people who go on to make money, they do great. So you got to come in and you start watching the course, and then you start putting things into action, and you come to the call. Then you get in the Facebook group. You saw how everybody posted, hey, I got my first client. I got my first contract. I made my first placement. Then once you continue to move, then you bring that information also into that Facebook group. My point in telling you this is we have an amazing group of people who are all professionals. They are fired up and very motivating. As you can see, the energy that I share is what my community shares as well. And I just love being in there. Keisha says, D, in this course, do you help with discovering a niche, or should we already have one in mind? I'm still stuck on what my niche should be. We talk about discovering your niche. There's a whole module on that. And then there's a niche overview worksheet for you to go in and flush out. I gotta tell y'all something. I was talking lightly to one of my staffingpreneurs this morning about it. Many of you all do research. Y'all spend months, years and years or whatever doing research. And the research that you're doing is not the research that you should be doing, right? It's not directed research. It's just like research. So the niche overview worksheet, Keisha, is directed research. Instead of you going out there and just looking for a whole bunch of stuff, it's going to narrow your research pattern down so you know exactly what you're looking for to get the outcome that you want. So yes, in this course, we go over the niche. Not only in video and not only through worksheet, but then you also come to that call every Tuesday, and then we help you flesh it out even more. I literally sit for an hour to an hour and a half and go over whatever you all want to go over during that call in regards to the setup of your business, not the running, but the setup of your business, because this is the foundational piece. If you don't have this piece set up, everything you do afterwards is going to be a challenge. When people call me and say, I'm having a challenge with this, I always go back to the foundational piece, the root, right? The foundation. And that's where it all starts at. So if you have a staffing business and you're having issues, you got to go back to your foundation, to the core, and make sure your foundation is sturdy, and then go back out there and do the things that you need to do to generate the conversation, the brand, and all of that stuff. Okay, so lots of stuff to do. So Chastity said, D, I have a meeting today. I have my client qualifications questions ready for him. Yes, Chastity, I totally forgot about that. That's another success story. So Chastity also got a meeting with her client, and I'm glad you got your client qualifications questions ready. Make sure that you find out about the team and the team dynamics, because you know when you're in a staffing business, your job is to either create teams for the client, to expand the team the client already has, or to replace people that are currently on a team. So the team dynamics are imperative. So when you're going into that first client meeting, right, and you're trying to learn more about what the client wants, you not only want to understand what problems and challenges that they've been experiencing, but you really want to understand what their current team dynamics look like, what they're expecting it to look like in the near future, and where it came from. And that way you can get a better understanding about the person that you need to place on whatever team that you're hiring for. Very, very, very important. Okay. And I like to start those client meetings out with like, hey, tell me a little bit about what's going on in your department here. You know, what brings me here to this department? And that gives them an opportunity to start sharing and letting things out, which is really important. Okay. Hey, Christina, love you, from Juliet, Illinois. So I love that you got those questions. Make sure you understand the team dynamics. Understand when you're asking the client question during this call, you're ultimately taking a job order. So even though it's not a solidified job order just yet, you're already taking a job order. So you should be thinking that way, and you should be asking questions to not only define whether or not you have the ability to support this client, because every client is not a good client. Every client that you meet with is not going to be somebody that you can support, right? Just like every shirt you pick up off the rack at Nordstrom's is not going to be the right shirt for you, right? Some going to look pretty on the rack, but when you put it on, it doesn't fit your body size. So it's the same way with clients. You're going to that meeting, both of you, to try to get a better understanding to see if it's a match even between the two of you. Okay. So very, very, very important. She said, yes, that's the question 7. If he doesn't talk, take it already. Okay, good. Chastity, you're all, give me a 5, girl. High 5. You are all, she's on my IG, y'all. She is all on it right there. So ready for her client meeting today. I'm so excited for you. You're going to rock it out though. I have no doubt whatsoever. I had another question. Hi, Keisha from Vegas. I'll be in Vegas this weekend. I'm trying to catch a UFC fight. Don't ask questions. What if your business is already set up? If your business is already set up, we have a Run It class, but you have to come. You can't join my Run It class until I see your setup, because a lot of the things that we do in the Run It class stem from your foundational setup. Right? So if you're going to come into my Run It class, you have to have your execution strategies already either implemented or set up to be implemented. Right? So that's imperative. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. Okay. Because we're very on it. Like, I have a very structured class for that one. Can you start a staffing agency with no medical experience? You can, Keisha, but I'm going to tell you that it's definitely a little bit more challenging to start a medical or a healthcare staffing agency, specifically clinical, if you're not clinical, because they have their own conversation. They have their own like culture, and nurses do well at placing nurses, right? Healthcare professionals, clinical, do well at placing other clinical professionals. One, they already have the network of candidates. Two, they have the network of clients. Three, they know the language. It makes it easier. When you don't know those things, not to say you can't launch it and you can't do it and be successful. I'm just going to say you're going to have a little learning curve. So just keep that in mind. I personally would not staff nurses unless I was a nurse. Me personally, I wouldn't staff nurses unless I was a nurse. I would staff something where I have a huge network, where my largest network is, right? That's what because then I know I can see my wins a lot faster if I'm with my largest network. If I'm going into a network that I've never done anything and I don't know anybody there, it's going to take you more ramp up time to get started. Can we meet while you're in Vegas? No, I'm going to see the UFC fight. I'm going for D time, not work time, straight D time. The UFC fight, I'm not a fighter, but I like to watch the fights. So, but you can definitely, I would say, definitely don't be laughing at me, y'all, on IG. They laughing at me because I said, no, that's my time. But the class you want is your setup class. You want to get into the setup class. That for sure. Detroit's in the house. I just started a home care agency and I employ PCAs and CNAs. Should I staff those individuals? That's totally up to you. I would not tell you what or what not to do in regards to staffing. That's totally up to you in regards to staffing those. But just know that you can't staff people for your home care agency, right? Home health care is totally different than staffing. Staffing is business to business. Home health care is business to consumer. I don't do anything with business to consumer at all. Not in the staffing space. I only focus on business to business. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Which link you speaking about? The Staffingpreneurs Academy link? Staffingpreneursacademy.com. You go to Staffingpreneurs Academy, you can hang out with me there as well. All right, I've got 5 minutes before I start my new hire training. I just really appreciate y'all letting me come in here and infiltrate your day a little bit. Hopefully I shared a little bit of sunshine with you all, some good positive energy. Anybody who's feeling some type of way about their business, whether it's staffing or not, and it's not doing what you wanted to do in this very moment, just know that just keep going at it. Consistency is everything. And you will win. You have this opportunity. Okay, awesome. We have one more. Cassandra, she says, I have my own direct placement agency. My niche is light industrial manufacturing, 3PL. I'm revamping and trying to place new clients. Good luck with that. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see how you're moving along in your business, Cassandra. From Illinois. I love it. I'm in Chicago all the time. All right. I will see you guys. Thank you, Keisha, for interacting with me on IG. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. It's on LinkedIn, Facebook, Periscope, which is going away, I heard. YouTube. I love y'all. You give me life. And listen, I'm excited to come back this week and share more success stories because they're coming. The jobs are coming back. 22 million lost, 22 million gained. Y'all are on this journey with me.